Usually I fanboy out more around broadcasters than I do athletes these days.
D-Mac stuff.
Hey, we are here with the great Steven Nelson. As you point out, the fire fit, you got the tie, you got the pin.
Straight?
It's very straight. I mean, you're looking clean, Steven. I mean, what went into this outfit, man? I mean, opening day fits.
So, this is, okay, we'll go through it. So this pin, Mr. Thomas NYC made it for me last year for Japanese Heritage Night. So it's got the great wave, Ohtani, the rising sun at the top, baseball at the bottom. So I knew I was going to bring that for the Tokyo series, but I really wanted to do something else to add to it. So I found this couple that makes custom ties out of traditional Japanese material in Japan. And so a couple weeks before we got here, they made it. They shipped me a handful. Fujiya-san JP on Etsy. Go check it out. They're just a sweet couple that works here in Japan. And so they gave me 4. So this is the first one.
Yeah, I feel like it's like the Oscars red carpet. This is the green carpet, okay? This is the green carpet. But yeah, no.
First time I've ever been asked.
Hey man, hey, stands out. But you just touched on it. This team, you beat the Yankees in the World Series. Yeah. You show up early to spring training. The sense I got being around these guys is that they're as hungry just because feeling that parade, and I think just knowing how special this group is and what they can accomplish. Do you get that sense as well?
Yeah, no, absolutely. Talking to a couple of guys, the way they kind of put it was that feeling of winning a championship and experiencing a parade, which they did for the first time since '88 last season. It's addicting in the best way, and all they want to do is feel that again. And then you add a bunch of guys who are hungry to experience that for the first time, and so you hope that creates just the right mix and the right blend in the clubhouse to kind of push them through the grind of 162. I mean, because it is a grind, especially what they went through last year. So, they know that for them to do it, it's something that no team has done since the turn of the century with those Yankees. So, you got to give credit to the organization, ownership, and the front office for making sure that they left no stone unturned to give them the best chance to try and do that again.
Yeah, we had Buster Olney on the show, and he said that this is the most aggressive he's ever seen it be after World Series in history. This team is great for baseball, not bad for baseball, right? Yeah. I mean, so much interest in this team.
Yeah, like even putting, the fact that I work for the Dodgers aside, just trying to look at it objectively, the way I keep phrasing it is this. The great bowler Pete Weber, who do you think you are? I am. His other famous quote was, whether you loved me or you hated me, you watched. And so for the Dodgers going into 2025, you can bleed blue or you can hate blue, but rest assured you're going to be watching in 2025. So ultimately, being that sort of lightning rod, it can't be anything but positive for the overall growth of Major League Baseball and baseball at large, as we're seeing here in the Tokyo series. So anybody who's calling them, now you got it opening up, because I remember just last year after they spent $1 billion, everyone was like $1 billion just to lose in the NLDS. And then everybody had those jokes queued up after Game 3 of the division series, and then less than a month later, they're ruining baseball. So I don't know what side of the mouth folks want to talk about the Dodgers through. You got to pick one. But no, for me, my feeling personally is that they're ultimately great for sport.
It's so funny how that narrative changed so much in 9 months, isn't it? So quick. Oh, hey, all the money just to choke in the first round? No, now they're ruining baseball because of the roster they have. But you talk about Shohei Ohtani and Roki Sasaki, Yamamoto, all these great Japanese players. The ticket prices for this event are more than the World Series. How do you just summarize and describe just the magnitude of what it means for those three with this team as constructed to be playing in the Tokyo Dome for opening day?
What I hope that fans back in Los Angeles and in the States in general have realized over the past week and maybe really the past couple years, if they started to pay more attention to international baseball and especially baseball in Japan, is that while baseball has long been hailed as America's pastime, it's the Japanese national pastime too. This nation is obsessed with this game in a way that I think current generations, young fans in America, can't really comprehend. So it shouldn't be a shock to anybody that Japan has showed out and turned out the way it has for the exhibitions and now for these next couple of games.
Calling the game with the cheering sections. Do you pay a lot of attention to it? I mean, the trumpets, the flags, just the passion. I mean, what's that like to broadcast compared to a game in the States?
I remember for the WBC, I was very taken aback. I felt very awkward talking into the mic. Jose Mota was calling those games with me. Dodger great, broadcaster, great family, Jose Mota, who's an angel on this earth. I just want to say for the record. And so Jose and I were sitting next to each other when Samurai Japan was playing for the WBC, and we're like, hit the cough button. Hey, can we talk right now? Like, is it okay? But that's just kind of the special, unique atmosphere of baseball here in Japan, and the Oendan and the various chants that are personalized. And I was talking with Blake Snell, and he's like, it was dope pitching in that environment. He kind of wishes there was a little bit more of this back home when they played. So to be a part of that and kind of give fans a taste of it has been really cool.
And last question for you. What does your schedule look like this year as far as broadcasting? I mean, so many games. I mean, you got the Apple thing, everything you're doing. Just like, what does it look like this year for you?
So I think going into it, obviously, whenever Joe D is doing Fox or national stuff, I'll slide into the TV side, and then God willing, we get Charlie back in the radio booth this year. Fingers crossed. I know I saw Charlie probably a month ago actually, and he's got March 27th circled. He wants to be there opening day for Dodgers Tigers. But if he isn't able to go, then I'll slide in for some radio games as well. But we'll kind of see how it goes, play it by ear.
And I've always want to ask you. I mean, you already have a dream job. What does it feel like to kind of sit in that seat that Vince Scully sat in, and how meaningful is that to you?
Well, here's the thing. This isn't a dream job because my dreams never got this far.
Okay.
I mean, that's just me being honest, man. I never, growing up in Southern California, like listening to Mr. Scully and Jaime Jarrín and Bob Miller and Chick Hearn, like, you watched and admired and idolized those guys in a lot of ways, but I didn't really think that I'd ever have the opportunity to sit in the same chair as them. So really, I'm just trying not to mess it up, and it's an opportunity that I got to earn every single day. That's not lost on me, and that's not BS, man. Like, because there are a lot of incredible broadcasters who are far more talented and probably more deserving of this job than I am, and so I just have to make sure that I don't let anybody down, and I try and do it justice.
Dodgers Nation loves you in the booth. Favorite call though? Is it showstopper, game ender?
Oh,
come on, man.
Honestly, that's a pretty good one. I will say though, like my favorite booth moment was probably, this is gonna sound weird, man, but the Freeway Series exhibitions last year, being next to EK, when Jared Karros was on the mound and he punched 4 over 2 and change, like just knowing, being a young father with 2 young boys at home, 2 brothers, and seeing EK with his 2 boys, 2 brothers, they're getting their journeys in pro ball started. Like that was really beyond special. But the Shohei's walk-off, Ohtani against Skeens, Shohei tying the game and Mookie winning it against the Rockies back-to-back, the comeback in Colorado. I think those are the ones that I probably think first.
2 minute count away. You got it. Dodgers Nation ready to run through a brick wall. We love what you do at Dodgers Nation. And Steven, have a great call and have a great season, my man.
Appreciate you, man. Hey, it's good to finally meet you. All right.
Awesome, man. Thanks, Steven.